Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Education Exchange. I am your host, Sara Clawson, Public Relations and Marketing Specialist for the Tolleson Union High School District. Today, my guest on the show is Sandy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sandy Fabian. I'm the new CTE Work-Based Learning Coordinator in Tolleson Union High School District.
All right, Sandy. So, as the work based internship coordinator with our district, what does that mean?
Thank you for the question. Yes, I work with business partners. I develop business partner relationships so that our students who've completed a CTE program, one of our 19 programs, they've taken the 2 years, passed their technical skills assessment, they can take their senior year, they can take an internship class. And in that internship class, they'll be working with a business partner, getting job experience for a career that they're interested in pursuing.
Now, you mentioned that there's 19 different programs. And for anyone in the audience or listening who isn't sure what CTE stands for, it's our Career and Technical Education Program. Could you give us just a brief explanation of what CTE is for our students?
Sure. So CTE helps prepare kids for a workforce for a career that they're interested in. And it doesn't matter if they go on to college or any sort of post-secondary education after high school, or if they go directly into the field with the credentials that they've already earned in high school or are about to earn in their first job.
And can you name some of those 19 different programs that are available to our students?
Sure. Automotive, business operations, culinary, digital photo, digital communications, graphic design, film and TV, um, sports medicine, medical assisting, welding. There's a whole variety of
There
them.
is a lot. I think there's even a fashion class, right?
There is.
So, a lot of different things that our students might be interested in, and they want to kind of dip their toes in and see if that's possibly the right career path for them. And
Absolutely.
then you mentioned that the internship is available to those students who are taking the CTE classes each year of their high school education. When they get to their senior year, they have an opportunity for an internship. Is that right?
Correct. So they have to complete the class with a C or better and pass their technical skills assessment and hopefully the credential that's offered in that class as well. So for example, if you're a medical assisting student, there's a certification called CCMA for the certified medical assistant. Um, so there's a variety. There are tests associated with each CTE class.
So they need to perform and be sure that they have those baseline skills before being hired as an intern somewhere?
Oh, absolutely. We want to offer our students, we want to set them up for success. So we want to offer our students that career opportunity their senior year if they're interested if in pursuing that career. And we also want to put our best students out there for businesses so that they know, hey, we can rely on Towson Union High School District to provide us the most well-prepared students who are ready for their first step at an entry-level position in the industry.
Do you know if the district has always offered an internship program for CTE students, or is this a new development?
Well, we have offered it in a different format. And in this format, we have one person who is me developing business partnerships throughout the community. And this is the best place to be. The West Valley is growing tremendously. So we're very fortunate to be in a growing community where business partners are looking for a pipeline for their employees. And many of them have said, boy, if you'll give us the students who have the interest, we'd like to train them ourselves. Don't send them off to be trained somewhere else and then come back to us. We want to do it because we know we can have the influence we want to provide the best employees for our business.
Is there an internship available for all of those 19 different programs?
Each year, it depends. Now, each year, students sign up for the class, and if they're vetted, if they've met the criteria, then they can find business partners themselves, or I can find them, or their teachers can help us find them. So it's a bit of a collaboration in finding them. We don't have them all at the ready. This is the first year we're developing business partners, but we're reaching out to the students who've expressed interest. And year to year may look different. So this year we have somebody in automotive, and maybe next year we don't, but maybe next year we have somebody in graphic design, and this year we didn't have anybody in that area. So of those 19 programs, I developed those relationships for all areas, and we've made great progress, especially through like our commitment day that our district
Oh,
puts on.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
business partners, we know that they want to hire our students. They become members, and they can even become members of our CT advisory board. And if they're in that role, they have availability to give input to our curriculum, our equipment, our training. any input that they want to give, ways that we can improve our program. And then they give us that input, and then they have first access to our students when they want to, when they're looking for interns and to train our students and their
That's such a
future
great
pipeline.
partnership to have the community on board, to have the interest from our students and our families, I'm sure, who appreciate having this opportunity for, or option rather, for their students to learn more and to
Right.
be workforce ready.
Right, absolutely. We do have a great community, and our business partners have been outstanding, and we just love working with each of them. And they offer to us not only the internship possibility, but the possibility of students learning from them. They might come in and be guest speakers. They might come in and be
Oh,
judges. Our students compete in their CTSOs, which stands for Career and Technical Student Organization. So the students are being prepared for the workforce even through that, through leadership skills, through competition in their skill set. And sometimes our partners will come in and serve as judges, and as the students prepare for those events. So yeah, we're very fortunate to have a great community, and parents have been so supportive.
how many students are currently enrolled in an internship program?
About 150 this school year.
Wow. Wow. So 150 of our students are participating in an internship with
Mhm,
one of these industry partners.
mhm.
And how many partners do you have this
Oh
year?
gosh, over 30. We have over 30 business partners.
So multiple students are at these businesses, not just one student per business.
Right. So, for example, Craft Culinary Concepts, which is our partner that caters for the State Farm Stadium,
Mhm.
often for the football games, sometimes concerts, things like that, different events that go on at State Farm Stadium. They're looking for our students. They could take up to 30 of our students if we wanted them, and that gives them that elevated experience in because students can work anywhere in the food industry, right? They could choose a restaurant if they know that there's a restaurant that they're really interested in working for. They can work for a catering company, but this feels like it gives them that elevated experience that they might not have otherwise found on their own. So, right. So we're expanding our business partnerships to offer kids elevated experiences within the community.
What kind of feedback have you heard from the students and their experience?
Funny you should say that. They're very excited. They create their own PSA as part of their class, the public service announcement, where they get to share what they've learned in their internship, the highlights of it, how it's prepared them for their future career, and they're excited about that. They've already started working on those in their classes, and we hope to highlight those later this year.
When they have the internship, do they work the entire school year, or is it one semester, one quarter? How much time is the internship?
Oh, great. It's 120 hours. They do need to do 60 hours each semester. So it allows them to still be serious students, right? They can complete their schoolwork. They are released an hour early. Most of them have the last period of the day as their internship class. And then once they're placed, then they are no longer going to the internship class. They could be going to their job, right? Paid or unpaid, but they're going to their job. Um, and it could be during that hour, it could be maybe the student decides to work weekends, that works better for their schedule, but they have that release period from school to make up for time for that.
And maybe they use it for studying for the other subjects,
Oh, absolutely. We want
especially
our
if they're
students to be
working
well-rounded,
on the
right?
weekend.
We want them to be prepared, right? In every aspect, in their academics, in their career, in their time management. So
And then on the opposite side, what about feedback from the industry partners? What are they saying having our students work with them?
you know, they're really thrilled to have our students. They're excited about the students' attitude, about their willingness to learn. Um, they help our students network. So some of our students are already um, finding jobs with the people that our business partners have networked for them. So um, that even if they don't have a position in their any current openings in their field right there, they'll network with other business partners to say, hey, I have this great student intern. We don't have an opening right now, but if you have an opening, this is the student that you want. Right. So we've
Fantastic.
been very fortunate that way.
And have
We've,
you
oh, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
We've even had a business partner say that if we like the student, right, they have a great work ethic, they've shown they have a heart for this work, they're very dedicated, the perfect attitude, we'll create a job for them. So even if we don't have an opening, so we have had one business partner say that. So we're very fortunate to work with just great community members.
That's great. And then the parent side of things? Have you talked with the parents about what this opportunity is doing for their son or their daughter?
We're happy to work with our parents. The teachers in the classroom usually have that parent contact, but we're excited to promote it to the parents to let them know that if your student is interested in a career, you know that their heart, you know your student best, right? And if you know they've enjoyed this career, they've enjoyed their CTE class, they've had an eye on this career for a while, encourage them to take that internship because the parents are our best partners and they're supporting and they help the student realize, okay, you're going to take on this internship. It's not just an elective, this is a commitment. This is like signing a contract with a job. You've committed to work 120 hours there. So the parents have been great supporters of that. And so we're very happy to work with them.
I can imagine for some students, this would be their first workforce experience.
Oh, it could be. Absolutely. But we have such amazing teachers at every level of all of our CT classes, and they prepare kids for their job day one, right? They're looking at, hey, what are the professional skills? What are the complex communication things that you're going to experience in this workforce? What are some ways that we can work on that? What are some ways that you can show initiative, right? So you've completed the task. What else can be done? Don't sit and wait for directions. What's the next thing you could be doing? Could you be helping out a colleague, so to speak, right? One of your classmates complete the tasks that they need to get done or show initiative going, oh, I see this could use, this wasn't assigned, but I could see this could be improved upon and start taking that initiative and doing that themselves. So they work on all nine of their state professional standards from day one in their CTE classes.
Is it a requirement for our students to have an internship?
No, it's just an opportunity. In fact, um, I don't think we'd be able to host every single senior.
There's a lot of CTE students, right? I think I've heard from Mr. Marino, the director, that half of our student body is enrolled in CTE. Does that
Mm.
sound right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So there's high interest. Now, we do know that sometimes students take a class that they think that they're interested in and then they realize, wow, that's not the career for
Mhm.
me,
Mhm.
right? But it's just as important to find out what you like as what you don't like
Oh, yeah.
because you'd hate to go through thinking this is what I want to do and then you've gone through 4 years, invested a lot of money in 4 years of college or other post-secondary opportunities and you've invested time and money into that and then go get into the workforce and go this isn't anything what I thought it was going to be and then they just spent time and money. They've invested a lot, right? So I used to work with somebody at our partners at Westmec who used to say the most expensive career exploration is college. So take what you can in high school. We hope that they're completing their CT programs, right? If they take year one and they're interested, complete it to give you the full benefit of what we have to offer. And then if you're still interested in that, go on to the career. But I think that we well prepare them to know what the industry is like as best we can, and if their heart is set on it, they should do an internship.
So, if a student would like to have an internship, is it an interview process? Is it an application? How does that begin on the student's end?
Oh, thank you for asking that. They do need to register for that class, right? They need to have their teacher recommendation, and there's a list of prerequisites. So we're going to if students are interested in it, we want to make sure that they're ready for it, right? They've earned at least a C in that level. They have a at least a 2.5 GPA. They're on track to graduate. They don't necessarily need this internship credit just to graduate. Um, there's a whole list of things we want them to have passed their technical skills assessment, those types of things. So there's a list of items that we want them to do, and that'll be sort of an application or a vetting process, so to speak,
And
so that
that's
we
done on the school side.
right, right.
Okay.
So that we make sure that that student is prepared. We don't want to send a student out to the work world who isn't prepared for the job. They don't know the content or they're not prepared in their professional skills. So we want them to have that confidence. Want the students to go out confidently, knowing that they've been trained. They have the confidence of their teachers and their counselors to say this is a good placement for you, and of course their parents. Right. And they want to be confident as well as they go out into the workforce. And then we want our business partners to be confident and that as well. We've prepared them, and here they are.
So, is there a match process? Do they interview on the with the industry partner? How do they actually get the internship, I guess?
Oh, excellent. Yes, they do interview. We can't guarantee that just because somebody signed up for the class and they qualified that they will get an internship. So they go out and they get interviews, right, with the business partners that we've offered them. we set up a meet and greet, so to speak, and they get to learn about what there is at the job opportunity at the job site, and then the business partner gets to interview them. So the business partner will interview them, but we tell the students, remember that you're interviewing them as well. Is this a good match for your interests? And so if it's a good match on both sides, then they begin, right? They've had that meet and greet with their teacher there as support to make sure that the work site is what we would expect, a nice, safe, and a friendly environment for the student to
Kinda
work in.
controlled,
Right.
a more natural environment. Maybe it's not as overwhelming or anxious for somebody who's never interviewed before or hasn't had to present their skills to a prospective employer. So,
Oh, right,
yeah.
right. And I did go with one of them towards the beginning of the year, an impressive young man, and he went to his first site, proud as could be, shared all the things of how high he scored on his technical skills assessment, all the experiences that he had, what his goals were for what he wanted to learn on the job, and just the perfect attitude. The manager was so impressed by this student.
I hope he got hired.
Oh, on the spot, on the spot. Oh, no, it was awesome. And if I could throw in this additional story, this is a student who, on one of the warmest days in this, is at the fall semester, rode his bike to his interview.
Oh, wow.
And we saw him in the parking lot. We were waiting for him. His teacher and I, we were waiting for him so we could walk in together and introduce him to the manager. And he was there, and he said, uh, we're like, "Oh, we're glad you're here. You're here plenty early. You rode your bike in this heat? How long did it take you?" And, he said, "Oh, about 40 minutes." He goes, "I could have had a ride, but I wanted to make sure that I'm self-reliant, that I can make it to this job all by myself."
Oh,
So,
wow.
what an amazing student, right? With the professional skills and the right attitude from day
Thinking
one,
ahead and
right?
just preparing. That is amazing.
Right.
I love to hear
Great
that.
student.
I think that might be all of the questions I have about the internship program, but are there other things we haven't addressed or something you would like to add?
Hmm. Well, we're always looking for more business partners. So if there are any business partners out there looking that you would be interested in mentoring our students in any way, please check out our CT website at the Tolleson Union High School District. See what programs we have to offer. See if you'd like to offer your services in any way. And there'll be a variety of levels. Some people may say, wow, I don't have room for maybe a 120-hour internship, but I could do a micro internship if somebody wanted to come get a feel for this job for maybe 10 hours. We'd appreciate that. If they just want to sign up and be a guest speaker or a judge or offer a tour of their facility, all of these are things that lead students to good work based learning experiences and help prepare them for their career.
Great. And if there are students listening and they're interested in having an internship, we highly encourage them to do so and to speak with their
Absolutely.
counselors and their teachers to get more information.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Sarah.
And thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Education Exchange, where we aim to enlighten our parents and empower our students. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Education Exchange. Have a question or want to be a guest on our podcast? Email podcast@tuhsd.org for more information. Missed an episode? Catch all seasons of the Education Exchange on your favorite streaming platforms or at www.tuhsd.org/podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for another episode of the Education Exchange.